Today we will see the operating system for some tiny devices, or we can say that the operating system for sensor modes. So TinyOS is one of the operating system available which can be used to program your sensor node devices. So in previous video lecture on the wireless sensor network, we have some brief descriptions on the TinyOS, what is TinyOS, and what are the files which is supported by TinyOS, and what is the file system supported by the TinyOS. The main purpose of TinyOS is to uh, provide an interface between your programs which is written in NesC language and with the hardware which is your sensor mode. Here we have used the TelosB hardware to be worked. Okay. Now the TelosB mode platform uh, have the following structure. Every TelosB platform have a USB connector. Along with that we have microprocessor, microcontroller as MSP430. For this we also require a hardware, we also require a software or compiler which will compile the program for the microcontroller. So when you install the TinyOS platform on your system, these compilers will also be downloaded. We have also analog input output and digital output circuitry. So here is your MSP 430 microcontroller. Along with that we have flash, and this is a radio 802.15.4 radio, and the antenna is embedded in the TelosB mode. So here antenna is embedded, so there is no it is not shown to you, but it is embedded inside your chip. Okay. Now the three LEDs are blinking here, and there are two buttons, one is user button and one is reset button. Reset button is generally used to reset your programs, and program will start from beginning. Here are the sensor available. We have light sensors and the temperature and humidity sensor here. So the temperature and humidity sensor is placed here, and these two are light sensors, and these are the pins which is used to embed this sensor node on the Arduino board or something. So this is about brief about TelosB mode platform. Now the platform or the node which I have is the model number TPR2420, and it has the following configurations. It supports 802.15.4 compliant RF transceiver. It have 250 kbps of high data rate radio, and it has 8 megahertz of MSP 430 microcontroller with 10 kb of RAM. Integrated onboard antenna is there, 1 MB external flash for data logging. We have data collection programming via USB interface. So as you can see that USB interface is provided, so you can directly plug into your system and collect any data, or you can program your hardware device using that interface also. This platform is working on TinyOS 1.1.11 or higher version. TinyOS is an open source operating system, so we will see how we can configure the TinyOS on our system. It has integrated temperature, light and humidity sensor, so we can sense the temperature, we can check the intensity of light, and we can check the humidity in the environment by this node. Now before compiling and installing the program on hardware, let's have some brief about the TinyOS platform. So this is the standard website for the TinyOS operating system. This website is a tinyos.stanford.edu. The link of this website is provided in the description section, you can find out. So this website have a complete bible of the TinyOS, so you can go through this link. All the overview about the TinyOS operating system is given. So here is an overview about the TinyOS operating system. So this is also called the TinyOS wiki page. So as you can see, other installing procedure, the programming, and how to start the TinyOS programming on the TelosB mode, and some of the tutorials also given. In this tutorial, some basic programs as well as advanced programs are given. Then documentation of TinyOS is also there with the NesC reference manual, and some of the networking concepts and the TinyOS concepts are there. It also gives some hardware supported hardwares by TinyOS. So you can explore this link and grab the information from here. Here is the TinyOS overview. They will tell you about the NesC program, how to program your TinyOS. So as you can also know that your NesC language is based on your object oriented paradigm, and instead of classes they will use the components and configurations. So for all programs we need to define the components, and to link those components we need to define the configuration files. So we will see the programming concepts of this TinyOS architecture in next of the tutorials. So in this tutorial we just focus upon the TinyOS file system architecture, and how we can use or install the TinyOS on our system, and how we can run a program on hardware by the use of TinyOS. So the agenda of this tutorial is to only just have a brief overview of running, compiling and installing application on the hardware. So before we start, let's check out this link, installing a TinyOS. In this tutorial I have used the installation on a virtual machine. There are other methods of installing the TinyOS. If you have a Ubuntu machine, then you can directly install your TinyOS on Linux based system for Debian based packages. If you have RPM supported Linux machine, then both links are given. So you can click on the automatic installation procedure, and then the steps are followed here. So because I have used the TinyOS virtual machine, which is given, the steps are given here. I make a virtual machine for a TinyOS. I can show you the link for the virtual machine also. You can directly download the virtual machine from the Dropbox, and you can run the programs which I have demonstrated you. So this is the procedure to install the TinyOS in a virtual machine. So before installing it, you need to have a virtual machine or virtual box, because virtual box is freely available. So you download the virtual box from the official website, then install the OS TinyOS on this virtual machine. For installing the TinyOS, these are the some of the steps which are given. So first of the link, it will say that follow the guide by Eric Decker. So this is the repository, Debian repository. So you can follow the steps which is given, and or you can directly download these repository in your system. And these are the command to download these all repositories. I have already configured all these repositories and environmental variables also in my virtual machine. So I will directly demonstrated you how to use this application. Okay, so let's go to the installation. So after installing this virtual machine, when you install this virtual machine, you can download the TinyOS release repository from the GitHub. It will have the existing apps and supported programs from the TinyOS. So and after that you need to set the path for supported packages like Java, Python, and these are the packages which is supported by your TinyOS platform in order to run some of the programs. Like by the use of Java and Python, we can print the readings of our sensor modes. So we need some of the class files to be run when I use to print the sensor node readings, and for classes to be run, we need to set the class path. Similarly, we need to set other environmental variable. So this file should be these environmental variables should be set before you compile and install any program on the hardware. Okay, so let's see how virtual machine is configured. In the terminal, you can see the first line, it will set the environmental variables automatically, because I will copy those code of setting the environmental variable on my bash rc file. So whenever I open the new terminal on the system, it will set the all the environmental variables and all the paths for the which is required. Okay, now in order to check whether the TinyOS is properly installed in your system or not, what you have to do, you have to go to the root directory and then go to cd user, and in that user folder you go to bin. In this bin folder you have to list all the files. These are the files which, these are the application files which are installed here. So because I need to list only the file with the TinyOS package, so I just write t star. So you can see that the TOS BSL, it means TinyOS bootloader, is installed, and all the supportive packages which supports the TinyOS is installed here. So all the packages which starts from TOS, it means it is a TinyOS package. Also along with the TinyOS you require NesC language in order to, because NesC language is also used to program your TinyOS, program your applications which will run on the TinyOS platform. Okay, so for that you can check whether the NesC compiler is there or not. So I just write NesC star, so it will list all the packages which have NesC. So these are the NesC compiler, NesCC and NesCC migration, NesCC NCG and wiring. So these are some of the applications which is required to write, compile and configure the NesC programs. Okay, so it means all the applications required to run the TinyOS programs have been installed on this virtual machine. Now I go out from this bin directory and go to the home. In the home, if I find, so I have already extracted the GitHub repository in my home folder. So this is the GitHub repository. You can write here cd t. So this is the TinyOS release, TinyOS 2.12. It means 2.1.2 release of the TinyOS is have been already installed. In this repository there are various apps available, which is predefined apps are available. It also contains some of the files, tools which is used to run the TinyOS programs. Okay, and some supportive packages also there. So like we have app folder, in app folder just I go to cd apps. So I list those apps. Okay, cd apps, then type ls. So like here are the some of the popular programs which can already exist or already there in the GitHub repository, like Blink, base station 15.4, base station anti-theft, or TOS threads. Some of the tutorial programs also there, so we can go to the tutorials, cd t tutorials, and in tutorials we have some program like blink task, blink to radio, printf, or ssi demo. So we can, in next tutorials we will configure some of the programs from the apps folder or some of the program from tutorial folder in order to check the programming capability, or in order to understand the programming capability of this your TelosB hardware mode. Okay, so in the next video tutorial we will learn to how we will learn how we can configure the blink program on our hardware. So the blink program is in apps directory, so I go to the blink program here. So in next video we will learn how we can configure these blink app or blink program on our hardware. Thank you for watching this video, and please watch next video in order to learn how we can configure the program on the hardware mode. Thank you very much.